All right, number 94, pause and check evidence. That is the subject of today's video. As always, please like the video, comment on it below, click the subscribe button. All of those things help other people to see these videos. So it's not just about pausing during a reading. It's not just about checking the evidence. I find it also, pausing helps me to stay connected or to clarify the connection. So first of all, pausing and checking evidence, you have to let people verify what you're saying, topic by topic, or even sentence by sentence. And I've seen readings where people just railroad over their client or over the sitter. I really hate that. So to make up an example, I've seen the medium say, I know I have your father, his name is Jim or John, he was a lawyer, and I know he passes of lung cancer. And what's actually true, and they'll just act like all of that's 100% accurate. And what's actually true is that it is the person's father, but it was his brother who was named Jim. And he wasn't a lawyer, but worked in a law firm. And he did have lung cancer, but was killed in a car accident. So what they're saying is pretty correct, but it's just better to pause and verify the evidence with your client. First of all, clients getting to participate, I've never seen that be a bad thing. In my 4-year experience now, clients like to participate. They like to say yes or no, or I understand or I don't understand. So let your client talk. Just clarify with them ahead of time. Please just say yes or no, or I understand or I don't understand, and not the detailed giving away stuff. So let them talk. Also, clarifying, it also clarifies, like when someone, if I were that medium in that situation, if they had said, oh, he wasn't a lawyer, but he worked in a law firm most of his life, that helps me sharpen the connection. And then other things become more clear or start popping into my head when that happens. Also, just pausing to keep the connection instead of just talk, because you can start to get off on a tangent that actually isn't related to what they're showing you or the information they're conveying to you. I heard this suggested in a class, I don't remember whose, and I realized I do that without meaning to. My version of pausing, however, is repeating. So if you've ever seen me read in person or recorded, I'm either repeating the information, you'll see me repeat, or if I'm doing a somewhat long pause, I'm repeating in my head. My pauses are never just pauses in my head. I'm going over the lawyer, not a lawyer, worked in a law firm, dad, car accident, whatever. So, and as I'm repeating things, either to myself quietly or in my head, other things come in. Other things suddenly are very apparent to me. So in the same example, dad, law firm, but not a lawyer, lung cancer. Oh, this was a multi-car pileup and it was not his fault. Yes, that's right. So that kind of thing happens. That's how it works for me. Also, sometimes things will pop in when I do this repeating thing as a chunk of information. So it's not one thing like a picture of a multi-car pileup. It'll be like a life situation that I've lived through, and I know most or all of it is relevant to the person I'm connected with. And so then when I'm talking and repeating things, it's to make sure that I hit every single point that popped into my head all at once. The 8 things that I suddenly was sure of, I want to make sure I say all of them, for example. So that's another reason that I repeat. In any event, it's a short video, but in any event, it's really important to pause and get verification from your client that you're on the right track, that you're actually providing real evidence that they can verify. And also I have to say it's good for the clients, not just to be interactive with you, because that makes the experience more vivid for them, but also people in grief, because most people who go to see mediums are in some form of grief, they want to talk, they want to express themselves. That is healing for them to be able to talk about, yeah, that's my mom and that's how she died. And like they'll choke up and it's real common for people to cry. Let them talk, let them participate. That's my advice. Anyway, that's kind of all I have to say about pausing and checking for evidence and pausing and keeping your connection. Next month, because I only do this once a month now, is I'm going to talk about my strong belief out of doing this work is that really nobody dies alone. I really believe that. So I'm going to talk about that. Until then, thank you for joining this time. As always, like the video, comment on it below, click the subscribe button. Those things do help other people to see these videos. And see you next time.